Hello everyone and welcome to my channel CBSE Science World. Today we are going to discuss chapter 7 of class 6 science, that is getting to know plants. In this chapter we will be covering following topics: introduction, types of plants on the basis of their characters, that is herbs, shrubs and trees; plant parts like stem, leaves, root, flower. Children, we know that plants play a very important role in our lives. They provide us oxygen and the food that we eat. If you look into your surroundings, you will be able to see lot of variety of plants and trees. In this chapter, we will be discussing about different types of plants on the basis of their characters, different parts of a plant like stem, leaves, flower in detail. Types of plants on the basis of their characters. There are three types of plants: herbs, shrubs, and trees. Let us discuss about herbs in detail. Plants with green and tender stem are called herbs. Tender means soft and delicate. Small plants with not many branches. Examples are mint, coriander, spinach, tulsi, bay leaf. Other examples are tomato plant, ginger, carrot, wheat plant, rice plant. If you look into this tulsi plant, you will be able to see delicate and green stem of tulsi plant. That is why it is considered as herb. What are shrubs? Plants with hard but not very thick stem are known as shrubs. Their branches originate from the base of their stems. Examples are, they are taller than herbs but they are shorter than trees. For example, China rose, which is also known as hibiscus, rose, cotton, lemon. Other examples are jasmine, bougainvillea, henna. Let us discuss about trees now. Plants which are very tall and have a thick and hard stem are considered as trees. Their branches originate from the upper part of the tree, unlike shrubs. In case of shrubs, branches they are originating from the base of the stem. Examples are mango tree, apple tree, neem tree, oak tree, coconut tree, peepal tree, banyan tree. So trees, they are taller than herbs and shrubs. They have thick stem and that stem is also very hard. Creepers and climbers. The stem of some plants are very thin and weak and cannot stand upright. They are called creepers and climbers. Let us discuss about creepers and climbers in detail. Plants which cannot stand straight and spread on the ground are considered as creepers. Examples are watermelon, pumpkin, muskmelon. Whereas the plants that take support of their neighboring structures like tree, wall, and climbs up are called climbers. Examples are pea plant, grapevine, money plant. Mostly money plant they take the support of their neighboring structure like wall. You must have seen this. Let us discuss about different parts of a plant. So this is a plant. Two types of systems are present in a plant: shoot system and root system. Shoot system consists of flower, leaf, fruit, stem, whereas root system is consist of root. We will be discussing about stem first. Stem, it is the upper part of a plant present above the ground. So this is stem. This one is stem. It bears branches, flowers, leaves, fruits, and birds. It holds a plant upright, straight. It carries water and minerals from the roots to the upper part of the plants, whereas the food prepared by leaves to different parts of a plant. So this is the transportation of water, minerals, and food in a plant. Water and minerals, they are denoted by blue and brown arrows, as you can see, and they are transporting upwards by stem, whereas the food prepared by leaves, they are transporting to the different parts of the plant and they are denoted by green color. Stem conducts water and minerals, and we can easily prove this by an activity. In this activity, you have to take a glass, add 1/3 of water in it, add a few drops of red or blue ink to the water, cut the base of the stem and put it in the glass. Observe it next day. We know that stem conducts water upward. So what will happen? Color of flower will change. So as you can see, petals, they have changed their color in both the cases. In this case, the color of the water is blue, whereas in this case, it is red in color. Water will move upwards by stem and definitely it will change the color of the petals. This activity proves that stem helps in upward movement of water. Now we will be discussing about leaves in detail. Leaves, they are also considered as food factories of a plant because they prepare food for the plant in the presence of green pigment known as chlorophyll. There are two parts of a leaf. First part is known as petiole, which is also known as leaf stalk, and the broader part is known as lamina, which is also known as leaf blade. The part of leaf by which it is attached to the stem is known as petiole, whereas the broad green part of leaf is known as lamina. So this broader part of leaf is known as lamina. Small lines present on a leaf are called its vein. These are the veins that are present on a leaf. It transports water and minerals through the leaf. A thick vein in the middle of the leaf is known as midrib. What is leaf venation? The design made by veins in a leaf is called leaf venation. So these are the designs made by veins on a leaf. Two types of leaf venation are there. First is reticulate venation. If the venation is in net-like appearance on both the sides of midrib, then it is known as reticulate venation. For example, people, rose, mango, coriander. So in this case, venation, it is net-like. Second one is known as parallel venation. In the leaves of grasses, the veins are parallel to one another. Veins, as you can see, they are parallel to one another. That is why the venation is known as parallel venation. Examples are wheat, bamboo, banana, and maize. What are the functions of leaves? First function is transpiration. It is a process through which plants release the excess amount of water in the form of water vapor through stomata. Stomata, they are the tiny pores present on the upper part of the leaf, which release water in the form of water vapor. Second function is photosynthesis. We know that green leaves, they synthesize food with the help of sunlight, air, water, and green pigment known as chlorophyll by a process known as photosynthesis. So these are the two functions of leaves. Now we will discuss both the functions in detail. First one, transpiration. So in this picture, you can see that water and minerals, they are absorbed by the roots from the soil. Then they are transported upwards with the help of a stem. Water is provided to all the leaves of a plant. Then with the help of stomata, water water releases in the form of water vapor into the surroundings because of the heat of sun. So this is a process of transpiration. Activity to show that plants lose water through leaves during transpiration. For this activity, you have to take a medium-sized, well-watered plant, cover the leafy branch of the plant with a transparent polythene bag like this. Take a similar empty polythene bag and tie its mouth. Keep the plant as well as the empty polythene bag in the sunlight for 1 to 2 hours. Drops of water appear on the inner side of the polythene bag that covered the leafy branch. No such drops appear in the empty polythene bag because there is no plant inside, and the process of transpiration will not occur, and definitely the leaves, they will not release water in the form of water vapor. So this activity proves that leaves undergoes the process of transpiration. What about photosynthesis? So in photosynthesis, green leaves of a plant prepare food, that is glucose, with the help of sunlight, carbon dioxide, water in the presence of green pigment known as chlorophyll. During this process, oxygen is also released. Activity to show that leaves prepare food by photosynthesis. In this activity, you have to take a leaf in a test tube and pour spirit. Spirit is also known as alcohol, to completely immerse the leaf. So this is the test tube in which a leaf is present along with alcohol or spirit. Place the test tube in a beaker half filled with water. So this is the beaker in which water is present. Heat the beaker till all the green color from the leaf comes out into the spirit in the test tube. Take out the leaf carefully and wash it in water. Place it on a petri plate and pour some iodine solution over it. So what will happen? Color of leaf changes to blue-black, which shows the presence of starch in leaves. We know that if a food item contains starch and if you will add iodine solution over it, then the color changes to blue-black color. In case of leaves, they prepare food in the form of glucose, but it is stored in the form of starch. And it is very important to remove green color from the leaves. Otherwise, you will not be able to see blue-black color after adding iodine solution on it. So this activity proves that leaves, they prepare food by photosynthesis. With this, we have completed half of the chapter. Remaining topics of the chapter we will be discussing in the next video. Thank you for watching.